What's good, Life and Poetry fam? Welcome back to the channel with your boy, your host, one and only, Marcus T, this guy. And I am back with another video on this beautiful day, I suppose. It's beautiful. It's a bit gloomy over here, but we back with another video, guys. You guys see by the title what this video is going to be about in a nutshell. But before we jump into anything, guys, go ahead and do me that huge favor and go ahead and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And once that's done, please be sure to turn on that notification bell so that you can be notified every time we here at Life and Poetry drop a new video. And remember, guys, that I say we, because you never know who's going to pop up and grace us with their presence here on the channel. There may be some old faces. There may be some new faces. You don't know, but to know, you have to stay informed. And to stay informed, you have to do what? You got it. Make sure that bell is turned on. Now, like Poetry fam, I want to take this time to check in with you guys. I haven't done this type of video in a while. And I want to be more intentional with doing these videos here. In doing so, being transparent with you guys about the things that's going on, as I promised you guys when we first started the channel, and as I continue to do as we revamp and evolve as we keep going. I'm letting you guys in with the level of transparency that I'm giving you guys, and it's to my discretion what I want to give, how I choose to give it, and when I choose to give it. But I want to tap into some things today because it hasn't been a great ride. It hasn't been a great ride. However, I'm still standing and I'm still walking intentionally in my purpose with my head held high, best as possible. But it's been a roller coaster. Now, I'll say that the good does outweigh the bad. But I have been having a hard time with a few things. I've been having a hard time with a few things, and I'm working through them as best as possible. I don't want to get into detail what those things are because I'm still working through them, and I want to make sure that I'm intact before I speak on it. Even if I choose to speak on it, because I believe that as we give things life, they take root and they grow. And some things we don't want to grow. Some things we want to kill at the root. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to kill this at the root. But I'm learning that this root goes back pretty far. It goes pretty far into the ground. So it's taking time to dig up a few things as I'm pulling through some things mentally, emotionally, even spiritually. It's been a warfare type ride. The other day, so, I think about a week or two ago, if I'm not mistaken, my wife and I were in a grocery store. And in the store, in context here, to put this in context, I haven't been in a grocery. I don't really like going to grocery stores anymore. Personally, I prefer to have my groceries delivered. One being because I can't do like mobile wise and they'll do what I want to do, like bringing groceries in the house, just pick up the bags, put up like 17 bags in your arm, bring them in the house, one trip. I can't do that no more. So it's beneficial for me to have them delivered to me. But we were in the store. Now I've been in stores before, and this seldomly happens. And if it does happen, I learned to mask this thing so well that it doesn't show up. But this time I couldn't mask what was happening. And I believe I had an anxiety attack in the store. There were so many people there, and it was so much going on. It was noise, it was people, and everybody was so close. Um, and it triggered something really bad. And I had a slight episode. Gracefully, my wife was there, and she helped me through it, helped me identify what was going on. But it was scary. It was scary for me because I've had them before, but in a capacity thereof, like in that situation, that was a bit new for me. I tend to can hold them together until I'm by myself and I'll just let loose in my own space, in my own time. But this one, I don't know what it was. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Um, and there are more things that's been happening, even outside of that there. Uh, the stutter is still there. It's coming back more frequently. I'm losing words, um, and it's to the point where the stutter piece is so frustrating that sometimes I just don't want to talk. If it comes up, I'll just stop. I'll stop and I'll just say, you know what, don't worry about it or whatever. Um, because it's like I've worked so hard, one, to get rid of the stutter, um, to control my words, and to be able to just simply navigate through that there. But it's showing its face again. I know where it's coming from, um, and it stems from a lot of things. Whatever, it's certain triggers we go through, and certain things happen. But that's one of the things I don't like. I already have a lisp. I already talk with the lisp, so the stutter is compounded on top of that, and it's like, give me a break. And I don't mean a piece of that Kit Kat bar, right? Give me a break. I want to just be just fluid in something here so that I can have control again of something. Um, but I'm holding myself accountable with being more transparent with people around me, my family, my loved ones, my wife. I'm trying my best to do so, and it's new for me to open up in a way that I need to do so. Um, but I think I'm trying. I think I'm giving it my all. And I may very well be just saying that just to make myself feel better about it. But I want to get to that space where I can open up freely and talk to somebody like I'm talking to you guys here, and be able to have the conversations, let somebody know exactly what I'm dealing with, how I'm feeling, and what's going on in that moment. That I can articulate what's happening then, that I don't sit on it, I don't hold it in, I don't harbor it here. Because I don't want to harbor anything else. Harbor is too much. It's too much to harbor all these things, these emotions, and so on and so forth. Um, and it's interesting. So talking about harboring things, I had a conversation with my aunt the other day, and a lot of stuff came out, and she did something that people really don't do no more. That she listened and she let me get it out. Didn't judge me. Didn't try to control how I was feeling. She didn't tell me I was wrong for feeling a certain way. She didn't try to say she understood. That's one of the things I don't like when people say, "I understand what you're going through," because you may go through the same thing, you may go through a similar situation, but I can't understand what you're going through. You won't understand what I'm going through because we're two different people. The emotion, the face of the emotion may be the same, but the underlying piece, the internalization of it is a bit different. It's a bit, it's a bit different. It's a bit abstract at times. Um, but I'm taking solace in learning that people are there to help and aren't there to judge, um, aren't there to point the finger or to ridicule or to do this, that, and the third. And I don't know. I don't know. It's going to take time to get to a space mentally, um, or where I want to accept. I don't even know how to articulate that either. I'm good where I am, but I want to be better. I always want to grow. I always want to evolve. I don't want to stay stagnant because when you stay stagnant, you fall short, right? You stay stagnant, you fall short, and I don't want to do that no more. I want to be able to say, I'm here. You see me. This is me. My imperfections, my insecurities, and not use them, and not use these weapons of or shields and just say, you know what, I'm gonna pull this armor down and take this face off here so you can see me in the moment. You can see the emotion that's coming with us here, and whatever else is coming about. Um, but I'm working on a lot of things. And I have an amazing wife as a support and a support system and team around me. Um, and it's okay. Again, I'm still standing. I'm not making this video for sympathy or for this and the third. I'm doing this to be transparent because all too often we go through things in silence, and I want to break that. I want to break that barrier. If it doesn't break with me, maybe it'll break with the next person. But we're going to keep chipping away at it. I want to break those generational curses. I want to break those strongholds we have on ourselves that people implement on us and people speak on us and we speak on ourselves. I want to dead that. That's a mission of mine. Even as I sit with God and in my prayer space, in my prayer time, in my prayer corner, my prayer closet, wherever I may be in my prayer session, I'm constantly asking God to help me break those generational walls down, to help me rebuild, help me lay new foundation down, because what we had didn't work. I'm sorry, it didn't work. I'm not knocking my family. I'm not knocking them at all. We all have our flaws. We are imperfect people. Um, but what I will say is that things need to change. We need to hear each other and see each other, hold each other accountable, and love on each other unconditionally. Don't say I'm going to love you today, but tomorrow, well, if you do this, I'll love you more. No, that's not how that's supposed to work. And that's why they say you really can't pick your family. You really can't, right? But you can choose who you want to build a family with. You know, um, and I'll leave that there for you guys to meditate on. Because I'm not here to bash anybody. I will never do that. I am imperfect just as much as the next person. Um, but I do believe that this is a call for change. There's a call for us to seek the help we need and to go out and speak our truth. Somebody out there is going to listen. When I shared my story with you guys here, you were my audience, and it went further than I would have ever expected to go. With people reaching out, wanting to hear my story, asking questions, and one that truly wanting to know that there are some who want to just be there to be messy, but even God will work on those. Even God can take those people and turn them around. Um, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm doing the best I can. I'm working constantly. I'm creating content. I'm doing the book number 3, the new poetry book, Spilled Ink. I'm starting to work on the book of my story. I'm also praying about and thinking about and wishing for the ability to put on a showcase for not only myself, but other writers, other dancers, singers, musicians, rappers, whatever it is I want you to painters, illustrators. I want you to be able to showcase your work. And by the grace of God, He'll allow me to do it. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to pull back from a lot of things. I'm trying to stop trying to do everything at one time. I'm not Superman. I'm not superhuman. I have to rest. My body has to recuperate, regenerate, and renew. So I'm going to be intentional about not overloading myself as well, because that's another thing that I tend to do. I tend to overload myself with work, because sometimes I feel that I fall short. Sometimes I feel that I'm not good enough in what I'm doing. Sometimes I feel that I could be better, which I know I can, but who says I'm not great where I am now? Um, and I'm learning that. I literally had a conversation with self the other day. Um, there was after I had watched this reel on Instagram, there was a reel on Instagram where the sound was saying that that the individual wasn't feeling great where they were creatively, and they felt like basically they were lacking. They weren't where they needed to be, and it resonated with me because too often I feel that way as a creative. Too often I feel that way as a writer, as a person sometimes. But I have to give myself grace. I have to give myself grace, because if I don't, who will? If I don't, who will? I can't rely on the other person to feel what I feel, and to hold my hand through everything. Again, who says I'm not great at work? Who says I'm not great where I'm at right now? Right? I can grow. I'm going to grow. I'm going to get better. I'm going to evolve. The business is going to take off. It's going to blossom. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. But who says I'm not where I'm supposed to be right now, in this very moment, very second, very time, in this very chair, in this very room, recording this very video? Who says that's where I'm not supposed to be? But just like they say, doctors are the worst patients. Creatives are. We beat ourselves up too. We beat ourselves up because we always want to be better than we were with the last project. We always want to, just outdo ourselves. Well, I'll speak for myself. Whenever I put out a piece of work, I want the next piece to always be better than the first. I never want them to fall on the same plane. And I don't know. Life and Poetry fam, sometimes I really don't know, but again, I'm standing. I'm okay. I'm better than okay. I'm great. I'm great. I'm learning. I'm dealing with things, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. Warfare happens, but it's not the end. It's not the end of me. I'm going to keep pushing through. I'm going to keep standing strong. I'm going to keep delivering great content for you guys as you dive into my life and what I'm doing with the business, with poetry, as we teach, as I do these series on these subject matters. You see, we did the poetry 101 series, the poetry 102 series. We did before that. We did the Slow Walker 30 series, the Truth Unveiled series, the Unplugged series. We've done a lot of series here on this channel here. And recently we just did the How to Write a Book Complete Step-by-Step Guide series, and even that did greater than I expected it to do. And that goes to show that I'm doing great things. It's okay. It's okay to be where you are in that moment. And I'm learning that. I am truly learning that it is okay to be where you are in that very moment in time. Um, and just stay in expectation of something new as you push forward. Life with your fam. Thank you for lending me your ear. Thank you for lending me your time. Thank you for rocking with me and allowing me to rock with y'all. You guys are the best. You are the best. We are at 301 subscribers now. Slowly but surely, we're climbing. As I always tell people, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Right? It's about the impact we have along the way, not just the numbers we put up today. That was unintentional rhyme, but it happens. But I do thank you guys. I love you guys so much. Old school saying, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Remember, it's all love here at Life and Poetry. We're a family no matter what happens. We stick together and we root for each other. We build each other up. We never tear each other down. But guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media sites. Every link that you need to know about me is in the description. It will always be in the description down below, whether it be the Instagram page, the podcast, both podcasts, the books, the Amazon, all that stuff is down there below. Check it out. Support, support, support. Even the merch store, guys. Support, support, support. Grab yourself an unapologetic t-shirt or an official Life and Poetry t-shirt, or some other stuff that we got coming out within the next couple months. Just stay tuned to everything. Just stay tuned, and stay tuned. But as always, guys, stay safe, be blessed. Until next time, we out. Peace.